Hi, darlings. How are you? Welcome back. I hope you had a really great spring break. I just wanted to check in, catch up with you guys, and go over a little bit of what our next few weeks are going to look like. So I'm up here in the corner, right on the screen, and you can also see everything that you're going to need to be able to access from Google Classroom. That's going to be primarily where I give you everything, kind of like, even when we were in the classroom, you should be able to find everything you need here. So I'm going to go through and kind of show you what I have posted for you so that you can get started with this week, and we'll go from there. So if you see in your stream on Google Classroom, I have posted several things already for you to take a look at. So the main goal for the next month really is to read a novel and become really familiar with the author of that novel, and also read a secondary piece of their work. So I'm calling this the Independent Novel Project because you guys are all going to get to select your own book. And it walks you through, this is kind of the overview of what that project will consist of. This is going to be what you're going to do the first week is actually select your book and author and sign up. It's a first come first serve deal, so I'll go through that document with you. This is a trailer to the really cool part at the end. After you've read your book and studied your author and done all the work, we're going to meet the author. You guys are going to be the authors. So if we get to come back to school, awesome. We'll dress up, have food, have a good time, invite people to come and meet us, and talk about our book. If we don't, we'll figure out how to do that online, so no worries. And then underneath that, I've also put a link to my Remind account. So I know some of you don't check your email very often, or you get inundated and you don't want to go there. You don't have it on your phone. So if you want to get a hold of me and just use your phone to do that, the Remind app is a really good way. You just text at Mrs. Love H, as you can see there, to the number 81010, and then you can get, it's just like a text message basically. There's also an app with the same account. Just look for Mrs. Love H and you should be able to find me. Underneath that, we've got our distance learning check-in. So I'm actually going to start there because that's the first thing I would really love for you guys to do, just like I'm doing kind of with this video, checking in. I want to see how you guys are doing. So if you click on this, it's actually a little flip grid. You go in, you log in with your Rittner Schools account, and it will prompt you to a page that should look something like this, Mrs. Love's ELA check-in. So what I'd like for you to do is just say hello. If nothing else, I just want to see your smiling faces. So say hello to me, please. And also talk about your spring break if you want. Where did you go? Where did you not go? What are you watching? What are you reading? What are you listening to right now? How are your puppies? If you want to, say hello to them for me, that would be great. I'd love to meet your pets. So that's one thing I'd like for you to do. Really easy. You can do that this week. The other thing, like I said, if you'd like to sign up for Remind, you're welcome to do that. Oh, also down here, I did post kind of another enrichment piece. It's called Corona and the Times. The New York Times actually really wants to hear from students like you about what you're going through right now. So I have a link to that in case you're interested in putting your thoughts out there. And if they end up publishing it in the comment section, please share that with me. I think that'd be really neat to see. Remind is here. This is the trailer. This is the really cool video that kind of shows you what the end result will be. After you read your novel and you study your author, it becomes like second nature to you. And I want everybody to be able to meet the authors in the room because you all are going to have to choose somebody different. So we all dress up. We invite the school to come and meet us, and we talk about our book, basically, and about our lives. So watch that really fun trailer video. The author book sign up, that's going to be the first step in this process, but maybe we should go over the overview first. So again, you can click on this link, and it will take you to the Independent Novel Project overview, where it's long. There's a whole bunch. I mean, it's the whole thing. It's the whole month all smashed into one. So don't get too overwhelmed. This is not scary. You're choosing a book. You're studying the author. And we're going to have some check-ins and projects along the way. But this is kind of the whole thing spelled out for those of you who like, you know, thoroughness. So anyway, you can kind of take a look at, the rationale, learning objectives, the steps, the important dates. The first and most important thing you need to do this week is actually pick your book. And you'll need to do that by Thursday, April 2nd. I have a sign-up sheet, like I showed you. We'll go over that, where you will tell me which book, what author you are looking to study. So here's kind of the outline of what we're going to be doing. You're going to obviously start reading your book as soon as it's approved, and I'll check in on the doc and actually add a little section that says approved. I haven't done that yet, but you will read the book. You're going to write a little kind of research report, biography about the author, some projects to be completed. Then you'll have a second work, much shorter piece, like an essay that they wrote maybe, or a poem, or even a short story or a speech or something like that. And then you're going to write a letter to the author, and then we're going to do that author mixer where we all kind of meet each other. And like I said, if we come back from break, awesome, we'll do that in person. If not, there are ways for us to still get that accomplished. So basically from the rest, oh, and I should mention points. So for now, Dr. Marker said that we're not taking grades for any of this new work. These are learning activities. However, that could change. So I highly, highly encourage you to actually read this book and do this work, because I don't want any of you to, be in trouble later on down the line when they actually maybe decide that we do have to take grades, just in case we don't come back. Who knows? So anyway, let's just go through this document really quickly. I don't care what kind of book you choose as long as it's grade level and school appropriate. By grade level, I mean don't read a children's book that you can read in 2 days or 2 minutes. Choose a book that's going to actually be sustaining for you, and obviously it should be appropriate as well for school. If you don't have a shelf, with books on it at home, that's okay. I know that the libraries are closed right now, so I have a whole bunch of really great resources right here for you to choose from. Also, if you prefer to listen to a book, that's fine with me. Audible has actually lifted their subscription right now because schools are closed. So I have a link to that, and they have some really good pieces. You can actually search for young adult literature there. St. Louis County Library, we all live in the county. You can click on this link. And actually, I did that from my phone. It was really awesome. It led me to a little app called Libby. I don't know if you can see that. Libby, yeah, right there. And when I opened it up, I didn't have a library card already, so it prompted me. Maybe it didn't prompt me there. I don't know. Maybe it was on the STL Overdrive link and I had to do it on the computer first. I don't remember. But basically, you can sign up to get a temporary library card so that you can actually start reading books right away whenever, even though you don't have a real library card yet, you can do it. So there's my book. I am reading Becoming Me. Isn't it Becoming Me? No, it's just Becoming. It's by Michelle Obama. So that's taken. You guys can't have that one. And then it's really great. You just click on the little book and the words appear, and it's really easy to read from your phone. So if you don't have access at home, if you don't have a book on the shelf, that's okay. Just do it the digital way, and you should be able to do that actually on your computers, on your Chromebooks too, if you don't want to use your phone. But anyway, tons of resources right here for you. You can also go through the RHS library. Let me know, again, either email or remind if you're having trouble figuring out which book, how to get a book. If you don't know what to even pick, there's a little link called whatshouldireadnext.com. You can put in an author's name or a book name, and it should give you suggestions for books that are similar. Next, here's the author research checklist. These are the things I want you to find out about your author. I already found out that Michelle Obama's father had multiple sclerosis. I didn't know that. It really impacted her. So something I would already add to my list of things I know about her. And she plays piano. She started learning as a kid at the whole thing. It was great. Chapter 1 was awesome. Biography.com. Try more websites than just Wikipedia is all I suggest when you're finding research about your author. Then we move on to the author biography. I just want you to kind of basically write all of this into some succinct, sort of cohesive way. I don't think I'm going to have you do the fake book thing. I used to, and it's kind of buggy now. I don't really like that website, so I may change that up. Author check-ins, I haven't decided yet if we're going to do written ones on Google Classroom or if we do Flipgrids. Maybe I'll make it an option for you to do either or, but basically as we go through this process, you'll be posting about what you're finding out in your book, what you're finding out about your author, and things like that, so that we don't, just all at once at the end of a month check in with each other. You'll provide a summary of your novel that you write. You can look up Spark Notes if you don't understand something, but I really just kind of want to know what you think about what's going on in the book that you're reading. Novel project menu. This is long. I'm not going to go through all of these right now, but basically you're going to do a project when you finish your book, something cool and kind of creative. There's a lot of different fun options here. Just because we're not together doesn't mean that you can't actually still make something. Again, there's a video, way of communicating, so you can show me what it is that you make if you decide to make something actually physical. So let's scroll through that real quick. When you read a second piece by the author, you're going to write a letter to him or her. This just kind of outlines what the letter should consist of. Here are those literary criticisms that we talked about all throughout the semester. Biographical, historical, psychological. I have them all summarized for you again because that will be part of your letter. And then the last part, the really, really cool, fun part, is that author mixer, where we all get together and actually talk about, our book with each other, talk about our lives, because we actually become the author ourselves. And that trailer video shows you a little bit about what that might look like. So that's in person. We'll see if we actually get to do that way. Otherwise, like I said, I will figure out a way for us to do that online. So I think that should be just about everything you need. Oh, nope. First thing we're going to do this week, pick your book, author sign up. So let's go ahead. This is where you're going to access that document. You all have the ability to edit this right now, but it shows the edit history. So please don't change anybody's author's names or anything like that. If you see somebody already signed up for what you want, you'll need to pick something else. And I already have the roster here. So this is everybody's name on the left. Here I am. My author is Michelle Obama. I'm reading Becoming because it's not becoming me. It's becoming. I really thought it was becoming me. And like I said, I'm going to add one little section here. Insert a column. Approval. Okay, so that will be me letting you know that you can go ahead and start reading your book. All right, and if you want to mark this assignment as done to get a little bit of a jump start, I'll pop in and let you know whether or not it's approved. Okay, so I approve my book. All right, so that's kind of what it will look like. You, next to your name, you write your author's name, the book title, the second publication, which you don't have to pick yet. You just have to do at least the novel and the author's first. And then I will let you know rather quickly whether or not it's approved. I will be looking at this, though, on Thursday for sure, because that is the due date. April 2nd is when I want you to have selected your book. As soon as you get approval, you can go ahead and start reading it, absorbing it, find a quiet, cozy spot, have a picnic out, on the lawn. Like, this is actually a really good time to be reading anyway. So I thought, why not make that the assignment for us? All right, so I think that's everything for now. You've got the big overview here. If you want to start getting ahead, sign up here and watch the trailer because it's pretty cool. And text me on Remind if you have any questions. Don't forget to do that distance learning check-in so I can see your smiling, beautiful faces because I miss them. And my 15 minutes is almost up. That's as long as I can make this video without paying for it. So bye. I'll see you guys soon.